Hello everyone, welcome to new webinar. My name is Frank, and today's topic is about the POS setup in Crystal Titan. I'll take around 25 minutes to introduce, and 5 minutes for Q&A. To ensure the quality of the webinar, I'll mute everyone from now. So, if you have any questions, please type in the question window. Thank you. Okay, before we start our presentation today, I want to introduce a little bit about the Crystal Titan. If you have used the Crystal Titan, you should know that it uses a centralized management structure. You could log in one server, which we call it management server, to configure another NVR. And you don't need to load in each individual NVR to do setup. Since the Crystal Titan structure and media setup interface is different from another standalone NVR, we'll focus on how to set up POS function in Crystal Titan today. So, let's see about today's agenda. We have 3 topics for this webinar. First of all, we'll learn the basic knowledge of null POS solution. After that, I'll show you how to set up this function step by step in this part. And the next thing is about POS troubleshooting. We are going to tell you how to do the POS troubleshooting if new client cannot display transaction data correctly. Well, let's start to talk about the null POS solution. So, what's null POS solution? Assume you are a supermarket manager and you want to reduce the risk of employee theft or POS fraud in your shop. If so, null POS solution probably could help you. As you can see, it's the Crystal Titan structure. When the product has been scanned, all transaction data can be displayed on live view and saved in playback. You also could set up alarm action by yourself. Once a particular product is sold, or the total price over than the user-defined value, the user-defined alarm will be triggered. After that, if you want to search the specific product transaction data, the keyword searchable function is very helpful to find it. It is efficient and you don't need to spend a lot of time to do it anymore. However, since there are many POS terminals on the market, how do I know the NVR compatible with my POS terminal? Actually, null POS solution works with the common POS terminal on the market. It supports 3 types connection, the RS-232, COM-POS, and TCP/IP. If your POS terminal supports RS-232 by NVR as network interface only, like our standalone NVR, you should set up POS diagram as first picture. In this diagram, HCBC31A will convert the transaction data from RS-232 to Ethernet. All of you need is POS license, white cable, and null modem. By including in the C31A accessory, you don't need to purchase it additionally. On the other hand, since there are a few pieces built-in COM-POS unmountable, if you install the main console in height of this PC, you don't need to purchase C31A, just connect white cable and null modem to NVR. The diagram is as the second picture. Both of those solutions should work fine, but if you want to connect NVR through Ethernet directly and don't want to purchase any other Ultra devices, please refer to the third diagram. As the third diagram, null NVR also supports TCP/IP connection with POS. However, please note that the transaction data from POS terminal cannot be encrypted and imaged. It needs send-out plain text, or it probably cannot transmit transaction data rightly. Moreover, there are NVR Mini 2, NVR Solo, Main Console, and Crystal Titan support POS feature Since the system structure issue, Python doesn't support POS function for the moment. Well, our first topic, we have introduced the basic knowledge of no POS solution. In the next part, I'd like to talk about how to set up POS in Crystal Titan. As you can see, here's the POS scenario, and there are 3 tasks on here. For the first task, we want to show the transaction data in live view of associated channel. After that, we'll set up the Crystal Titan to trigger alarm when a specific product is sold. In this case, we select Video Edge for the event trigger action. The next thing is, users should be able to find the metadata playback by keyword search. Well, let's check how to accomplish those tasks. What's the first step? The first step is to assign management server to metadata server. You could use installation wizard to log in metadata server. On management server page, please choose the second section, login remote management server, then type IP address, phone number, and username password of management server. After that, please enable metadata service, then click Next to finish the first step. On the next step, we have to create the read variant for metadata server to store transaction data. Open IE browser and type the metadata server IP address. Then go to the read management page to create a read variant. On the other hand, since the 32-bit Linux system limitation, the maximum capacity of each variant is 16 TB. Please keep in mind. On the last step, we have to log in management server through new client to configure metadata server. First of all, activate the POS license into management server, or the metadata function cannot be configured. One POS license could activate one POS device. We also could find that the license status is activated or not. After that, assign read variant to metadata server. In this step, if you have recording server and metadata server in the same scenario, both of them cannot recording in the same storage variant. Okay. The next step is to add plugin. What's a plugin? Plugin is a new concept for third-party devices. The basic idea of the plugin is that we use third-party devices in Crystal Titan, just like cameras. As everybody knows, to use the camera, you have to install the device pack first. So, in Crystal Titan, the concept for third-party plugin is very similar. If you want to use the third-party devices, such as the serial access control and POS things like that, you have to install the metadata plugin. One plugin is only for one third-party device. So, that means if you have different third-party devices, you have to install different plugins. The HCBC31A plugin is built in Crystal Titan, so you don't need to add it again. You also could download more plugins from your website. After adding plugin, we have to add metadata source and metadata channel. The metadata source set up connection with HCBC31A. You could click Add button to add metadata source. If you use HCBC31A, select this type, then enter the IP address and phone number of C31A, then make a connection test with this unit. If the connection test is successful, the next step is to add metadata channel. The metadata channel set up for each third-party device. In general speaking, one metadata source could involve multiple metadata channels, but so far the metadata source could add one metadata channel for POS in Crystal Titan. Well, after creating the metadata channel, since the original transaction data has a few exact words, you could create a filter profile and choose the exact word, then select the suitable filter configuration, like transaction start, transaction end, omit, and so on, to filter the extra word. As you can see, the original data shows on the left window, and the filter data will show on the right side. According to the filter result, you are able to adjust the filter configuration until the transaction data prove the right word. Okay, we almost finished all steps. So, due to the first task is to show the transaction data in live view. So we will set up it on this step. In this part, you can set up the text display template and location on the associated camera. The last step is to set up event action. Crystal Titan allows users to define the trigger condition by themselves. As you can see, there are 10 user-defined alarm configuration, and you are able to set up the triggering condition by text or price. So far, Crystal Titan supports 5 alarm actions as send email, trigger device output like siren, video ad display, and so on. So after setting up finish, we could check whether the metadata function works properly. If the configuration is correct, the POS data should be able to show on live view as this screenshot. Please don't forget to drag the metadata channel to layout, or you cannot see the transaction data on camera channel. And about the event action, since we have chosen video edge to the event action, when the event has been triggered, the associated channel should display red rectangle as this photo. The next thing is to use keyword search to find out the specific product. We could use this function in playback page. Enter the product model name on event list, then search it. The record will show on the list after a while. Double-click one of those records, and it will pop up a new window to show the transaction playback. Okay, I'd like to turn to the final topic. In the next topic, since most of the customers encounter the POS issue, as it shows the garbled transaction on new class. Therefore, I'd like to express how to do basic POS troubleshooting for this symptom. There are 5 steps on follow slide. At first, your product doesn't support UTF-16, UTF-32, and extended ASCII. Please ensure the POS terminal can send out ASCII code via RS-232. After that, please make sure the printer can print out the transaction data from POS correctly. If it doesn't work, please contact POS manufacturer for troubleshooting. The second step is checking the cable. Please make sure the white cable and null modem are null provided. After that, use the USB converter cable to replace SCPC31A. You also need to install Hyper Terminal in PC. Please note that, by default, Windows 7 doesn't include Hyper Terminal on it. We also provide the Hyper Terminal link on attachment of this PowerPoint. After install the Hyper Terminal in PC, please execute it and configure following parameters in hyperterminal and ensure it matches with POS configuration. If everything works, hyperterminal should display the transaction data sending from POS and without any scramble. And if PC could receive the POS data and show it correctly, please ensure the baud rate and parity of C31A match with POS or not. For POS configuration, it varies from each POS vendor, so please kindly check with POS manufacturer. For C31A, the link and run indicators should blinking in green all the time, and the serial indicator should show the steady green. If all indicator status are normally, ensure that you can into C31A and find it by search tool. After found C31A, double-click it, then the setting will show as this snapshot. As you can see, there are a few parameters could be configured. If the baud rate doesn't match, it can receive any transaction data or skip part of it. If the parity doesn't match, it may show gibberish transaction. Also, please make sure to press on Reset button after any configuration changing. If all of parameters have set up as postcode terminal, but this issue still remains, please replace the C31A to another unit and try again. If you don't have another C31A in hand, it's possible to test it by this diagram. As usual, the PC has to install hyperterminal. The concept of this diagram is that we could simulate the POS terminal to transmit the transaction data through IS-232 via C31A, then receive the transaction data through Ethernet. If it works, it means the C31A should work fine. So how to do this test? In the NB side, we need to configure two hyperterminal connections, one for compo and the other one for TCP/IP. Create a compo connection and make sure the baud rate and parity are matched with C31A. After that, create a TCP/IP connection, then type the IP address and port number of C31A. Please also check echo type correct locally from ASCII setup setting page. If C31A is working properly, anything that you type on compo window will be displayed on TCP/IP window as well. If the C31A works properly, the next step is to see if the encoding setting in UCAI. Please ensure that the encoding setting in UCAI should have post-transaction data. Otherwise, it may show scrambled transaction. If you have done all of troubleshooting steps, but this issue still persists, please apply a ticket to eHelpDesk, and we will inspect this issue as soon as possible. And here's the additional information of NUO POS solution. Those information could help you to understand NUO POS solution. And to find out more information, please visit our website, www.nuo.com. So, to summarize the main points of today's webinar, for first topic, you should know that there are three types combination of NUO POS solution. They are IS-232, compo, and TCP/IP. You are able to choose the suitable combination diagram according to your NVR. For second topic, we have expressed how to set up POS in Crystal Titan. You have to decide the role of metadata server via installation wizard. After that, create a red variant for this server, then login management server through UCAI and start to set up metadata function. For the last topic, we have introduced 5 steps to inspect the double transaction data issue. When you encounter this issue again, you can follow those steps to solve it. Okay, now I'd like to invite any questions you may have. I'll be pleased to answer them. Does anyone have any questions?